So let's dive into it. Number one story today, Netflix is showing pre-roll ads. This one kind of went everywhere across the internet. It's from corecarsnews.com. Netflix, for a small number of testers on a select number of devices, and the best I can tell, it's the Roku 3, TiVo set-top boxes, and Xbox 360, or excuse me, Xbox One. I think I heard somebody also say maybe the Fire TV we're getting to see these. Will show you a trailer for one of Netflix's original shows before you can watch an episode of you selected on Netflix. So you launch it, it gives you a 20-second pre-roll ad, then it goes into your show you asked for. A lot of people have contacted me over the last week saying they've seen these. I wrote a story about this, and then the CEO of Netflix actually came out and said, no, we are not running ads. They are not ads. They're trailers. Trailers you didn't ask for, and trailers that you can't skip, can't pause, can't do anything about for 20 seconds before the show you want it to play. So I call that a trailer, or excuse me, an ad when it's a trailer you didn't want to watch. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this going to hurt Netflix? Is this a good move for them? And is it an ad or is it just a trailer?
I side with you. I think of it as an ad. It's an ad for one of their products. Advertisement doesn't necessarily have to mean something from the outside. Just like, if you have something on your website or my website, if I have it and says, hey, make sure to subscribe to this or that, and it pops up, that's a house ad. I wouldn't say I don't have any ad on there. So, yeah, I agree. I think it's an ad. I don't think it's a terrible thing, but it's an ad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we know it's an ad. Netflix knows it's an ad. They're just trying to save face. I mean, it's more of a PR mess where they can't just, even if it was just testing and trying things out, they can't do pre-roll ads, without actually like saying this is just a test or telling people about it ahead of time or having people opt into experimental services or that kind of thing. It was a bad move on their part.
I just looked up the definition of advertisements. The action of making generally known a calling to the attention of the general public. I would say, yeah, this is an advertisement by that definition. They're calling to the attention of the general public other Netflix shows to their subscribers.
Exactly. Well, I mean, the thing is that it's gonna be one of those things that because they got so defensive about it, it's going to make them look bad. If they had just said, yeah, what we're doing was we're promoting our shows the same way that HBO does and Showtime. We have our own original content. We're a network, and we just want people to check out what we've got. Marco Polo is a great show. So is The Unsingable Kimmy Schmidt, and so on. But by saying we're not doing that, there's absolutely no reason to do it because they are. I mean, too many people have seen it. I haven't seen it, but if it's out there, it's out there. Why not just say it? That makes no sense to me the way they reacted.
Go ahead, Alice.
I was just gonna say this type of thing they should have kind of took what Amazon's approach on their ad powered devices is to give customers a discount to kind of opt for opting in. And if Netflix even thinks about running ads on a regular basis, pre-roll ads that is, they've got to give users the option to, even if you're opted in by default, they've got to give users the option to opt out, maybe for like an extra $1 a month or something. They can't just spring this on everybody and say this is now the norm.
Well, Amazon has ads all over the Fire TV. All over the, when in the menus and everything, there's ads all up and around. It looks just like a website, really. And it's not like it would have been 150 if I hadn't had the ads on there.
Yeah, well, it kind of depends on. Yeah, I'm not trying to defend Amazon here or anything, even though I do run an Amazon-based site basically. But the only real ad is that at the very top they've got a banner, and that kind of advertises different shows and stuff. The other stuff, I personally wouldn't call ads because it's more, featured content. So yeah, on the homepage they've got a featured content, and it's showing you videos and apps and that kind of stuff that's available on the device. But they're not actually advertising anything that's not on the device. They did enable back, I think it was in November when the Fire TV Stick launched. At the very top is what I would call a complete ad. It's a banner ad, but it does always. It's kind of the same thing Netflix is doing. It's always advertising just Fire TV related content and apps. So, you know, it definitely caused a little uproar, but it's not a pre-roll ad. I think that's a lot more invasive when it's right there.
Pre-roll ads are very evasive. I mean, you see ads on Roku when you know that right-hand banner when you scroll through the menus. Ads are not a problem. I think the issue with Netflix is two things. One, they've been so known for no ads. And when you have an established business with that many subscribers, 50 some million plus, I think it's probably closer to 60 million now, that are used to no ads, and suddenly you start shoving ads in there that are non-skippable ads, there are going to be upset people. There are going to be people who are like, hey, but I've been paying the same price. Now you're serving me ads. What? Whether it's right or wrong, that mentality is there for people to, Netflix has to deal with that. They have to sell it now, and I don't think they did a very good job of addressing what happened by saying they're not ads, they're trailers. So it is what it is.
Like I said, it's weird that the company as successful as Netflix has had so many public relations mistakes. I figured they would have really learned from the dropping of the physical discs and the uproar that caused, the quick stir, that whole fiasco. They should have learned how to message better from that. I didn't even think that move was particularly bad, and and they completely recovered from it. But just to have not said from here on out, we're going to start expanding house ads. We want to promote our content. We're just going to ask you to take a look at it. It's not boom, 20 seconds. I mean, just I'm telling you, it's the denial that makes everything look bad. It really is.
It'll be interesting to see how this goes. Even if they did start showing ads, I don't think it would kill Netflix. Their service is great, the price is good. Yeah, it is what it is. But I agree. I don't think it was handled very well. Even though the idea itself is not bad. So we'll watch it. We'll keep a close eye on it. And like Netflix has said multiple times, this is a test. It may never come out to the general Netflix audience. So